Okay, I'm back with another stream. Still have the bugs in my room here flying around and harassing me. Going to play another classical game, is what I'm trying to say. Just played one game yesterday in the stream because I was pretty tired and that took like an hour and a half. I think I said yesterday that I'm going to aim for 2 hours today, 2 hour stream. We'll see if I can make it. I am kind of tired. Um, but yeah, now we wait. Nose, weeds, weights. Oh, that was not too bad of a weight. 2192 opponent. Pretty high for classical. Yeah. Needs 2200 bullet and blitz. Okay, so we have a French variation of the Sicilian here. It could transpose to a can or a Sveshnikov. It could still transpose to. But probably a can is what I'm thinking. We're going to see. Yeah. And there's knight c6. There's knight f6. So here, I know that queen e2 and castling are both fine. I'm trying to remember what I prefer. I think I actually castle here first. Sometimes you want to play queen e2 though first, but I don't think it's in this line. I think it's a different line where I play queen e2. So I am just going to castle here. Then I'll play queen e2. So queen e2 supports the pawn push to e5. Okay, I think we just go knight b3. Nothing else makes sense to me. You could argue maybe knight e2. But yeah, I'll play knight b3. Don't think about that anymore. Okay, yeah, so this is one of these two moves is a Polygaevsky variation. Forget which one is which. I actually think bishop e7 is a Polygaevsky. Now, there is a move here. So queen g4. So because the bishop hits f2, we actually don't want to go for, well, we can't go queen g4 here, but we don't want to do e5 queen g4 because even after we take this, there are, oh wait, is that this line? I might be confusing this with something else because I know that eventually this can be a problem, but I might be confusing this actually with something in the Ruy Lopez. Yeah, I'm confusing this with a Ruy Lopez variation, which is very, very similar because, yeah, it's something about the F pawn and then there's dangers here. So, So there's two moves I'm looking at. There's queen e2 and there's e5. If I go e5, sometimes we can do stuff on the d6 square, I think. So e5, I don't think he'll go back to g8, although it's not the worst move in the world, but e5 seems to force knight d5. And then, yeah, and then, is this a line where we can play on d6? Maybe not. Yeah, e5, knight d5, and then queen g4. Yeah, I'm mixing this up. I think what's a line in the Ruy. Yeah, but yeah, e5, knight d5 seems to be forced. There's a lot of options here. Like I've got c4, queen e2, and e5. Even bishop g5 looks good. But my memory is thinking either e5 or queen e2. Yeah, why can't I play bishop g5? I guess h6 potentially. Also, queen. Oh, these bugs are really pissing me off. Yeah. Queen f3 potentially, as I was about to say, because then queen f3. I'm threatening bishop g5. Um, I've got so many options, and I'm just burning my time. So e5, knight d5. I don't think. I mean, yeah, queen g4 would be the most likely follow-up. Stupid ass bugs. e5, knight d5, queen g4, g6 even. Yeah, I'm with my age, my memory really betrays me. Okay, I decided I'm going to play either queen e2 or e5, just because I'm going to go for the memory on this one. I'm leaning towards actually e5 here. I'm concerned about it being overextended. Yeah, and I didn't have a plan here. Possibly knight c3. Just saying that I'm happy with the bishop pair. Oh yeah, no, I was looking at queen g4. No, I think I might have been right before that queen g4, because like queen g4, let's just say he makes a move. Let's say knight c6, and I take on g6. Is this where it? Because there's a thing. So like rook f8. No, that can't be this line. I'm really confusing this for something else. I most definitely Oh, I'm mixing two lines. Why can't I play queen g4? Queen g4, I guess king f8. I think I am going to play queen g4. And I don't know. My memory's failing me, so I will hopefully remember better in the future. But I think king f8 might be the response from black. And if it is, then this is a line that I only very hazily remember. I think king f8 is actually one of the best moves here. Yeah, because there's a lot of similar lines to this position where bishop is on a7. Hello, Christian. Christian, what's your chess.com puzzle rating now? Hopefully the sipping of the coffee is not too annoying to listen to. I know I do it right in front of the microphone. Okay, well, we got him thinking. If I was smarter, I would be getting some follow-up moves ready, but I burned a lot of energy already on what's been played so far. So, oh, did he move? No. $32.89. Okay, I still have a ways to go. He moved. He did play king f8, yeah. So, I think this is actually theory. And And I don't know what to do here. Maybe king h1, just so I can play f4. Is f5 a response from black? Possibly. Yeah, so, but king h1 seems reasonable. Maybe knight c3. He might have h5. But I think I'm going to play king h1. Yeah, so lots of things that black could do. He could play b5, knight c6, h5, but probably not h5. Yeah, okay, knight c6. So I could play rook e1, except that drops f2, but then I could go back rook f1. Probably still not good. I could play f4. Maybe I'll just play f4 here. I think I'm going to play f4. I'm going to play f4 and offer a draw. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Ooh, he can trade. He can get the bishop pair, though, with knight e3. I might not have a better choice, though. Maybe bishop f. Well, bishop f4 is the same deal. Similar. It's even worse, I think. I guess I could play... No. I could technically play queen e2 and then rook e1, because queen e2 would defend f2. Yeah, there's queen e2 and there's f4. Okay, so f4, knight e3, bishop e3, bishop e3. f5? No. He's still on me there. Okay, f4, knight e3, bishop e3, bishop e3, rook e1 maybe. But my rook is nice where it is. Maybe knight 1, d2. So f4, knight e3, bishop e3, bishop e3, knight 1, e2, knight 1, d2. I guess I'll go for that. Yeah, I'm thinking knight 1, e2 after this. Hang on. Yeah. Yeah, that should be fine. Yeah. I think that's okay. Okay, let's check out any viewers. No. Okay, he does play an h5. I don't... I guess It's a tough one. There's the downside to going to f3 is I might be facing his light squared bishop, and then potentially there's issues with like knight d4, even though I'm covering it right now. But I do have more influence on the f file. I am going to play queen f3, and I don't want to burn more time on it than I just did. Yeah, I was really trying to rattle my brain to remember this opening. That cost me most of my time. Okay, try to stay focused. Okay, g6. He's a little timid here. Yeah, he really doesn't like that f5. I can play knight c3. Probably I don't really want to get that structure in this particular position. I guess g6 is not bad. c4 kills my light squared bishop, but my light squared bishop is already not fantastic. It gives him knight b3. But then I can go to, yeah, that's kind of, I'm not sure about that. Maybe a3 is a super slow a3. b5's coming though. So that's why c4 might be kind of nice. Maybe I get this square. d6. So maybe I go back this idea. I might do that. Yeah, maybe knight 1 d2 here. I think I'm leaning towards that. Let's quickly verify. Seems okay. So I'll play it. So I guess b5 again. But that doesn't stop me. I can just go via e4 now. And in fact, I have other options here. So this makes sense. I think I got some good jumping off points to these anchor squares for me. Yeah, I think he actually might think here for a little bit because this is kind of annoying for him. I've been thinking about offering him a draw, but I'm always so hesitant to do that because I always think it shows weakness from my side. Oh, he breaks on d6. I should have considered that an option. I might have to take, because if I don't think I would have to play like rookie 1. Although I get the f file open, which isn't the worst thing. But he can take with the knight, so that is not fantastic for me. But there's a lot of near tactics that I can do if my queen but I can't move the queen. Damn, that is kind of annoying. If I could somehow defend this, I guess I could play this, but that defeats the whole point of having the f file. I guess I have knight c4. I do have knight c4. I think I'm going to play knight c4, just doing a quick blunder check. Hopefully I'm not missing anything. Yeah, knight c4 seems good. And if he takes on e5, oh. I definitely like white here though. I'm sure white is much better, but I am under some time pressure here. I'd like to, okay, well, first of all, is this a renewed threat? No, I don't think it is, because I can just take it. And then after takes, I'm hitting f7. So that's not an immediate threat. maybe I can a4. He gets into here. In fact, he could do that now. Maybe I should even play c3 or a3. That might not be terrible. Maybe c3. That also stops. Yeah, maybe c3. And just try to be a little patient here. I think I'm going to do that. And I'm offering a draw. Just to throw it out there. Maybe I need to do this more often. I'm so scared of it showing weakness. I need to do it more and see if I get any takers on my draw offers. No, he says, no way. Okay. That is kind of an issue. Because now he is threatening to go DE again if I move the knight somewhere. Well, I have like 2 squares to move it to. Let's say I go here. And then, yeah, he's threatening this again. Unfortunately. Now, I don't have to recapture. I could recapture this way, but that's actually not the... Oh, wait, no, wait. Well, yeah, that's interesting. But this is also another idea. But that's not going to... This pawn won't survive anyways. But then this is also a threat. Tough one. I like both squares. Maybe not here, because maybe he does just trade. And then suddenly I'm off the F file. And I like being on the F file. So maybe I will go here. But I do give up a pawn for that. You know, ding, dong. And he can take either way. No. Okay, I am going to go here. Okay. I've got a lot of dynamic play here, so being down a pawn isn't the end all. Oh, I forgot again that he can take with the knight already. I just forgot that. Shit. Fuck. Because I forgot. I thought he might take with the bishop. Crap. Can I take on g6? And then check? I don't know. Gotta try something. Let's throw down a pawn. Could grab the h pawn, but then there might be queen h4. So let's not do that. I guess I retreat. Maybe go this way. So I'm down a pawn. Black has 2 nice bishops. I have under development here. On the plus side, Black's king is very exposed. But yeah, I'm down to 1:30. Unfortunately. Yeah, this knight is completely dominated. So that's kind of... Maybe I shouldn't have put the bishop on e4 just to give my knight a square to flee to. Yeah, and I'm running out of options here. I'm very curious about the opening though, because if I'm, I think I was confusing it with another one. Why we can't play Queen G4 there, but I think that's a different. Yeah, I think that's a different opening. Okay, so I can win. Oh no, I can't even win a pawn here. H3 maybe kind of buys me a little bit of time. A4. No, let's sort this out first. So probably knight F3. Yeah, let's sort that out. Although then he's coming in here. Or he could do that anyway. So okay, yeah, let's play knight F3. Yeah, if knight E3, I guess I take. He won't take what's in. Well, I guess he could take what's in knight, but that should still benefit me. So if knight E3, bishop E3, I think he has to go FE. And then I might be able to win a pawn after takes. But it's still very good. His bishops are so powerful there. But yeah, I will take there for sure. And then reevaluate. If he plays F5 for some reason. Okay, no, okay. Yeah, he wants to get off of that. I can... I don't know, maybe just move this knight out. Why bother though? What's the... Okay, maybe A4 again. Okay, just play A4. I forget why I was looking at knight D4 though. I don't know why I was looking at it. No, we need more room, so let's play A4. Okay. Threatening. Oh, but this bishop would be hanging. Knight C5. H3. Oh, he's hitting my rook though. But he will be able to escape. Okay, let's take. And then I guess rook HA1 or rook FH1, rook FA1. If knight E3, rook FA1. Oh, he moved. I didn't. No, never mind. He didn't move. I'm hallucinating. Thought he pushed here, which makes no sense. But yeah, so if knight E3, rook FA1. Yeah, there's a lot of, that's a very annoying knight after that, but what can I do? I don't have much time. So he's not threatening anything. He's threatening to trade. And he is up a pawn. And he's threatening to trade twice. I could go into here, or maybe blocking with a knight makes more sense. And then I don't know where I'm going from there. But yeah, this knight is not fantastic. So yeah, let's just go here to D4. Maybe I should have traded rooks. I don't know, because it's not like I can take on A6. So is knight C6 a threat? think it is. Oh no, that just opens this trade again. Check, take, check, take, take. No, but then he'll be down the bishop at the end of that. Right? Knight c6, rook d1, rook d1, queen d1, queen d1, knight d1. Yeah, and then knight b8. So this does seem like a viable option. Okay, so let's just say play something like rook d6. Rook d6. Maybe I still go knight c6. Why not? Nothing has changed. Yeah, nothing has changed. Wow, look at the time difference on the... Oh, this chat. Chat is dead. Stream is dead. That's okay. I'm getting my games in. Getting my practice in. Grinding it out. Yeah, so I've got, okay, ooh, yeah, that's kind of nasty. I might actually do this, as much as I hate it. And then he might go bishop a7. Then I can't really play. I guess I could still play knight c6. Or maybe not, because this... what do I think about that? It's complicated. I don't know what I think about it. He wants to trade that. I might be okay with that. Yeah, and then this fork once again. I think I'm going to play that. Hopefully I'm not... Oh, he can pin... He can pin me, though. I can actually take on a6 here. But that's giving up a lot of stuff here. So maybe I push b4. Okay, I don't know. There were so many options. But I want to limit his counterplay. So what if he goes rook c7? I don't know. Rook a3, so passive. This knight is... I hate his knight on e3. Absolutely hate it. Nothing I can do about it, though. Yeah. I'm just going to tuck back. I don't have the time to think of better. What's he doing with that? I don't understand that move. So do I want to take with the rook or the queen here? Oh, the queen. Okay. Yeah, I didn't understand his queen move. Well, I get this check, but then then he's fine. Oh, I could trade my queen for the two rooks. Is that my only option? I think it's my only... Well, I could also do this trade, but I'm going to trade... Oh, wait, it's not a full trade because he recaptures here. Damn. Yeah, okay. Shit, I didn't see that. And now I'm dead. I was holding until I wasn't. Just not enough time on the clock to catch everything. Ooh, can't even do that. Really don't. I only have one square. No, I can maybe do this. That I might have won a pawn there. If I can somehow trade off all the pawns, I could make it difficult for him. I won't mind losing this game. It was interesting enough, and I had my chances. Whoa, okay. Yeah, I thought he might try for this, but now I think he gave up too much. How do we want to retake? Well, let's keep this 3 versus 2 pawns here. I guess it's 3 versus 3. Yeah, he screwed that up. He had better than that. Okay, so I'm gonna try for this. I think this wins a rook trade. This wins a rook trade. Wow, I think I'm getting a draw now. Because this is going to get the draw if I don't blunder. Yeah, I'm offering a draw here. He's probably going to decline. Yeah, so bring in my king. Or, well, I actually can't bring in the king. So maybe a g3. Gets rid of his double pawn, though. So I don't know if I want to do it that way. Could go here, then his knight has to move. And then my knight can go, then my king can start attacking this one. Hopefully that's a decent way to play it. Try for that. Then my king gets access to f2. Yeah, I think he was trying too much to flag me because he was certainly winning there. That queen trade he did, I don't think. Oh, okay. So we're going to get this. He's going to be careful. I think he does. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, crap. Wait. 1. Okay. Bing, bang, boom, bang. Crap, crap. Yeah, this is actually dangerous. I'm wondering if I should play here. He would have to takes, and then... Okay, I'm actually going to try for this. This might be better. Well, I think it will take that. Or I guess no, maybe not. Yeah, because it just gets closer. And then I go here. But then I can maybe grab this one. If I don't take it, it's not much better. Okay, I'm not sure. I don't know. I had to make a move. I had 5 seconds. Bring in the king now. I think I screwed up. Oh my god! After all that, I think I might have screwed up. This might still be a draw. I'm not sure. I don't know. I might be losing this. That's not a simple pawn endgame. It's kind of unfortunate. He declines all my draw offers. Man. And then he just goes here. But no, because then I can come back. Okay, I think I have to take. I don't know. I don't know if this is if I can draw this. I don't know if this is a draw or not. Okay. Well, we have to chase it. I think this is. Oh crap. No, this is a win for black. He had no fear the whole time. Yeah, this is a win for black. That's wait, unless I can get the pawn here. But 1-2, 1-2-3. No, I'm too slow. If my king was farther ahead, I could do it. Yeah, this is a loss. He declined all my draw offers even when I was winning. Or no, I guess I was never winning. Yeah, unfortunate. I'm gonna try for this because no, yeah, this is just no hope here. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Losing streak continues as usual. Slightly surprised about his declining of my draws because I think I was slightly better there at the end, and he still declined the draw. Okay, so unfortunate, but I'm used to losing. I only lose. Yeah, so the opening was interesting. Spent a lot of time, spent like half my time trying to remember everything. I think King F8 is the main line, but then I didn't remember anything after this. Yeah, this was so. Yeah, I dropped a pawn here after I played c3. Um, I might I might have needed to play a4 to stop this b5 kick of my knight, or else rook e1. But then I found this bishop g6 idea just to give myself as many chances as I could. Things got really sharp and dynamic. I was down a pawn here still, but yeah, it's a very dynamic position. So, and his king, black's king, is very unsafe. I had very little time at this point. Yeah, so this I didn't see rook a7. I didn't have time to calculate anything. I don't know. As I say, the position is really there's a lot going on. It's not a simple position. I don't know. Possibly g3. I don't know. It's not simple here. Um, yeah, decided I ran out of time here, but yeah, decided to take the rook. And then I think he blundered here when he took the knight. It was not necessary. He was getting a bit greedy with wanting to have that pawn advantage. And then this, I mean, if anyone's better here, it should be me, but it should be equal. And I offered him a draw, and he declined it. He did have the time advantage, so it's not that weird that he declined it. And then this has to be a draw. I think my mistake. Well, is it a draw? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a win. So this might have been my mistake here, this knight e5. Because I let my pawn get too advanced. That was that. Yeah, that I guess that was a mistake. Maybe just G3. It's hard to get to trade off his double pawns there. It's hard to do that. His knight is so perfectly placed where it is. Yeah, I think I have to play G3 here. Although this still may be a draw, but I'm not sure. And then, yeah, this just seemed too slow. And then he grabs E5, and I'm not sure. Like, that's probably losing for me, because I don't think I can ever play G3. Yeah, I just didn't have time. So that's why I tried for this. And then he smartly plays King G6. And I considered not taking, but that would have been similar. That would have basically been the same thing. Because if I bring in my king, yeah, then he just takes here. Although then I could take with the king. Well, it would have been similar, but my king would have been more advanced. I might have been able to draw that. Not sure. It's very complicated. Yeah, then I brought in the king. He takes on f4. This was complicated. I take the pawn. So actually, this might have been a mistake. If I had stayed here in front of his pawn, that might have drawn, because even if he does it, like switches his king over and grabs my pawn, I can then take his pawn, and then he won't be able to queen his rook pawn. Yeah, so possibly I go king G3 here. But then again, if he pushes that, that's, yeah, possibly king G3 draws this. Yeah. Yeah, this is a loss. Okay, let's look at that with the engine. Must be a kid, because he's a marathon top 500 player. Okay, so I did have a draw a few moves ago, but let's look at that from the beginning. Okay. So, yeah. B3. Okay, so this is a blunder. I was wondering during the game, because I'm like, it felt like I had so many good moves here, and I did play the best move actually, E5, but I was also looking at like Queen E2, and so it is Bishop E7. So this isn't the Polugaevsky. Actually, white is just much better here. Period. This Bishop C5 is a deviation. This is a mistake, according to the engine. And maybe that's why I was a bit confused. So the main line here is Queen C7, Queen E2, and then D6. Yeah, so I was confusing this with some other lines. So this is actually just really good for white. I played E5 after a long think. Played Queen G4. He plays King F8, best move. I played King G1, or King H1 rather, which is not in the top 5 engine choices. Yeah, I couldn't decide here. There were lots of decent options. I guess it's just a little bit too slow for the computer's liking. Suggesting C4, Knight C3, or Queen G3. I'm trying to understand the point of Queen G3. It might just be simply to defend the e5 pawn. But it seems a little strange. Let's just give him a move. Yeah, so I don't fully understand Kunjutsu. I'd have to look into it deeper. But yeah, this is still good for white. Yeah, I played f4, h5. This was all fine. It didn't like my knight 1d2 though, because of knight e3, which I didn't see, and I still don't understand. Is it because he can go to g4? Yeah, so it likes this little maneuver and to put it on h6, I presume. No, he's actually threatening this. No, because if I play h3. Oh, then he can trade the knight for the bishop. Or he can actually still go knight g4 here because of his knight. His rook, rather, on h8. So it didn't like allowing knight e3. So it wants to kick the knight out first. Okay. Yeah, and this is over +2 for white, +2.2. And it's suggesting that I take on d6. Yeah, this was frustrating, this game. Well, it didn't feel that frustrating, the game, but like, yeah, I was winning here. It's almost +3 here. Okay, so after takes, it's suggesting c4. And I don't know, computer's happy with this. It's almost +4 here. It likes having the bishop pair and black's kind of awkward king and the weak dark squares here. Might want to start exploiting those dark squares. I'm surprised that eval is so good though. But yeah, because we give up a pawn to make that happen. Or wait, do we? No, we don't. It felt like it though. It felt like we were giving up a pawn. But we're not giving up a pawn. We're actually getting the bishop pair. So that's kind of funny. It just, because our pawns are so strong, so it felt like I was losing a pawn, but I'm not. Okay. And then it hated, so this was the biggest blunder, or second biggest blunder of the game. Yeah, because it allowed, I just drop a pawn here. Wait. Yeah. Yeah, I was considering this. This is actually the second best move. What's the difference between the two? Then it wants to take on bishop. Apparently there's some difference between these two. Moves. Oh, for one thing, c6 would be hanging here. And we can also develop, we could retake with the bishop. I thought I would just play this way. But that would develop our bishop for free. Okay. But I was actually a bit low on the clock at this point. And then this was all fine for both sides. And it's suggesting knight c6 here, intermezzo. And then it didn't like, oh wait, so queen a6 wasn't actually terrible. I guess we had rook a5. I didn't see rook a5. But again, I didn't really want to allow that. That's why I didn't want to move the rook. Yeah, this looked scary to me. That looked way too scary to me. But I guess it was the best move. But yeah, this was actually not bad. The actual mistake was taking on a7. So we had two better moves. We had queen b6. So if rook takes a3, then I guess we can take on f4. Yeah, I don't know. This computer, like, that's not, like, the computer likes it, but yeah, that's a computer thing. No, that's very hard to play. And then second best was Queen B5. Queen B5 is quite interesting. But it's the same thing. If he takes the rook, then we just take on B8. Yeah, that's a hard thing to do. So you can't really fault what I played, I don't think. And then this was a blunder, this E5, because it allows rook A5. And yeah, I thought here for a little bit. I didn't have much time, but it wasn't my first choice. But then I saw it, and we actually do equalize after rook A5. And his move was actually okay. I guess it wasn't the best move, but it was fine. And then so I made two blunders from here. The first was this one, this 95. So I'm going to let the engine. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. There we go. I'm going to let the engine run a little bit. This is just a losing move I did because I let my there's some famous studies positions similar to this where you don't want your pawn getting too close to the enemy king. I for some reason I thought his f4 pawn was up for grabs, so I thought this was fine. But yeah, this is actually just losing for me. So that was unfortunate. Whoops. So yeah, any other move was better. I was thinking maybe G3, and that would have been fine, as well as other moves. Ooh, I got this big bump on my side. Yeah, and then I'm just losing, and then he blunders here. So yeah, I in my post analysis, I thought maybe King G3, and King G3 does draw, because he can't make progress here without giving up this pawn. So, for example, let's say he pushes here. Yeah, this would still have required thinking on my part, though, so I could have easily still screwed up here, because we have to play King E2. And then so if you get something like this, but it's, yeah, he can't really make progress. And you know, he can't make progress. So yeah. So what did I learn from this game? Well, this is not actually an opening. This is just better for white. I burned 5 minutes on all of that. Knight 1d2 was a mistake because it allows knight e3, and then he can go to g4 and be annoying. Here, I played c3. I was a bit low on the clock at this point, but I could have just traded my knight for his bishop. For some reason, I thought I was losing a pawn by doing that, but I wasn't. Knight cd2 just drops a pawn. Like instead of, oh well, no, this one I forgive myself, even though it's a big eval difference. Seeing the reasons behind 93 is not simple, so I kind of let myself off the hook on that one. The other mistake here was, well, these didn't bother me so much. Yeah, and this one was seeing Queen B6 is kind of hard, but yeah, Queen B6 was better. Getting the bishop for the rook and the pawn, and we killed the f pawn, so at least his knight isn't as strong as it was. But that's kind of hard to see. And then in the end, I mean, I only had 30 seconds here, but yeah, knight e5 was a mistake because my pawn, I'm going to lose my e pawn when it becomes an e pawn, and at the same time he would defend the f pawn. And then the other mistake here was grabbing the h pawn instead of trying to blockade the f pawn. So kind of a rough one to lose. But I take it personally when people decline my draw offers. Yeah, a very rough 2 weeks for me. Just losing like 90% of my games over over the past 2 weeks. That's rough. Ooh, feels rough. Okay, I think I'm going to switch to Rapid because that I just spent an hour playing Classical. But the Rapid, I've just been flagging every game, so that's where most of my rating has gone. Hello, Dave Riddle. Yeah, I'm just like Michael Jordan. We're the same thing. We're the same person. Okay, so let's. Yeah, I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play Rapid. Okay, playing Hunter Morgan with a Caro-Kann. And I'm going to have to play much quicker than the previous game. Anyways, we have a classical Caro-Kann on board. So this is not so accurate. Knight we can transpose his main lines, but knight e5, I believe, takes advantage of the knight on f6. Because now we don't have to play h5. We get the knight on a better square, essentially for free. And there are some tactics in this line, I think. Yeah, so we go bishop d3. This is a poison pawn, and it's a very fun line. Unfortunately, he doesn't take the trap. He doesn't take the bait. There's a fun line if white does take the bait. Okay, so we have this slightly better version of the main classical line. If c5, okay, he doesn't play c5. Okay, I'm thinking bishop f4 here. Oh, maybe knight g6. I'm thinking, yeah, knight g6 I'm going to play. Okay. So knight g6, and then I'll probably take on f8. So rook g8, and then I'll take on f8. I don't have to, though. So maybe I won't. What would I do instead? I might not, because then it's a harder decision for him. So c3, because like there's still the c5 move. Then again, if I don't do it, actually, there's a similar line where there's a move like knight c5. So I think I will take it now, just to stop shenanigans like knight c5. In fact, the last move, knight c5, might have been best. Okay. I do think I will take and not fool around. And then what? c3 or castles, bishop e3 maybe? Maybe bishop e3, but then there's knight d5. Takes Mr. King. Bishop e2, c5 once again. I don't like that c5. Knight e4 then. That's, yeah, knight e4. That stops c5. So he might play e6. Okay, now knight f6. That's fine though. At least it's not okay. Well, the c5 can still come, but I guess we go to e3. It blocks my bishop though, but I don't want this c5 coming. So, but then he gets knight d5 again. I could go queen e5. he might trade queens. No, maybe I can just go queen d3. And if he plays c5, I just take. I don't know. We'll try that. Okay. Seven minutes on the clock. Okay, so I could play c3, kind of. But then I can't really play c4 in one swoop. I could offer a queen trade. That would be kind of dumb. Maybe I'll castle here. Rook h3. Rook d8. c3. c5. Hate that c5. Yeah, I don't think I want a castle because of g5 could be a problem. C3, c5. Burning too much time here. Okay, I guess c3. I don't know. Don't know what to do. So he's got rook d8 and c5. Yeah, there's one of them. There's b3. These are all such concessions. I guess queen c2, c5 again. I honestly hate that. But I'm starting to really get low on the clock, so we'll go queen c2. c5, bishop e3, knight d5. Yeah, I'm trying to get an edge here, but if anything, I'm getting worse. I want to castle queenside. I might play g3. I got to play a little bit quicker. Just trying to support bishop f4. I don't think this was the best move for him. I think c5 was probably better. Or knight d5. So could I play bishop f4? Because I'm not sure if e5 is a thing. Probably not. I should be able to take. That should be fine. Okay, a little surprising. Letting me have bishop f4. Okay, and I will castle here. Okay, 3 minutes down on the clock. Okay, where do we want the bishop? I like both. I will choose one of them though. Let's not waste too much clock time. I'm sure he'll go knight d5. Oh, okay. So I could trade here. But I don't mind my bishop. Yeah. Do I want to take and then open? Okay, I'm going to take and then I'm going to try to open this up. Controversial decision though. But yeah, I'm threatening f3, g4. Maybe I can even go g4 right away, potentially. But yeah, I'm thinking f3 first. And so there's a crippled majority. Okay, so he just forked me. Maybe I played that too quickly. I'm kind of sad about that. That was just a silly blunder. But can I give up the a2 pawn? I might be able to. In fact, might get a7 in there. So this might be poisoned. Well, okay, it's not poisoned. It's not poisoned. But well, I guess g4 he gets f3. Takes. What do we think about that? He's actually fine there. Yeah, I'm kind of upset with what I did here. Just giving that stupid, like losing to a silly fork. Okay, yeah. So he has to take the f pawn, I think. He doesn't have to, but I think it's best. And I'm losing here at this point, as I do every game for the past 2 weeks. Very frustrating. Oh, he didn't. I think that was I don't know if that was great for him. Okay. So now he takes on a2, but I don't mind that. I really don't. And how do we proceed from here? G5, so G5, F5, then I can go H5. And then if he brings in a rook, I could go. Then I've got these dark squares. So that's not terrible. I could do that. Would H5 be better? I don't think it's better. I'm actually going to go G5. Yeah, and then H5, and then I'm hoping I can do something. Okay, so it's hard to get to those dark squares though. You know, because he can easily stop me from going there, and I'm just down a pawn. Yeah, and you know, he's got this stuff coming at me. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, so if I go here, yeah, he's just going to grab this, but then maybe I can go after. Oh, but I'm giving them this. Okay, I don't know. I gotta. Actually, no. I changed my mind. I'm actually going to go here first because I want to kick out the queen. The downside to this is my queen can't do this queen h2 to e5 maneuver. I had to make a choice. I was liking queen h2 quite a bit, but then, okay. So now, yeah, okay, he's threatening c5. Okay, this will shut down c5, but it'll let him trade queens. But I might actually, I'll allow the, oh, I drop a pawn actually. I just had no time. Damn, I honestly cannot believe the losing streak I'm on. It's pretty insane. One of the worst I've been on in 6 years, this losing streak. Wow. Yeah, but I played b4 because I was scared of c5, but that allows queen g2. Which I saw queen g2, but I didn't see it for the fact that he takes on g. He doesn't even play it. Okay, well let's tuck the king back. I don't know if that's the best move, but there's no increment here, so I gotta just throw moves out. He doesn't even play queen g2. Very surprising. But he made another surprising move earlier too. Okay, so he might play rook e6 next, trying to double up. I think my best option is to trade rooks here, but he's got this passer on the f file. I'm down a pawn. I only have a minute and 50 seconds. His king is safe for the moment. Yeah, he wants this or this. I guess, yeah, he's coming here next day. Okay, okay, I don't know. Let's go here. It was either that or king b2. I got a little bit scared of, I know I can play rook d2, but still kind of scary. Had to make a choice. Oh, maybe it was better here just because c3 becomes a bit too weak. Queen has to babysit it. In fact, this already looks like a problem. I guess I could play here, but then he doubles up. Yeah, this would have been better. King b2. Ah, frustrating. The losing streak is really pretty amazing. Jeez, so frustrating. Okay, I would trade. And I would trade again. Rook and pawn ending is the best I can hope for. Okay, minute 25. Okay, that's pretty frustrating. That's the key word of today, and yeah, nothing I can do. Nothing I can do. He's making a lot of mistakes, but I think I'm still worse here. I burned too much time out of the opening, as per usual. Because I burned like 2 to 3 minutes out of the opening. And that's hurting me now, significantly so. He's going to get here next. Crap, that was a mistake. Well, I guess I can go here. Create a passer. Okay. How do I deal with this running? How do we deal with that? Okay. I was torn between c5 and what I played. I'll go here next. I'm going to flag as every game. Can I pre-move? Well, might as well take the pawn. I don't have time to think there. I think I'm fast enough. Yeah, this is a draw here. Woo! He screwed that up. Okay. I need to just get to c1. Oh, he shouldn't have traded rooks. He should have tried to flag me. Oh, come on, mouse. My mouse is not great. Okay, I'm gonna block this guy. Yeah, because this is just dumb. Okay, blocking him. Whoops. Put a note on him. Yeah, no more games with him. Okay. Yeah, he made a lot of weird mistakes. Simple mistakes in that endgame. So second draw was him. I don't know. The way he just... Okay, let's analyze that. But yeah, still haven't got a win. Now, Unfortunately, he didn't fall for my trickery. There's a cool trap here if black takes on d4. It's not like winning on the spot, but it's good for white. Um, yeah, so I didn't have to take the bishop, but I didn't want to spend too much time because this c5, excuse me, kept bothering me. I spent a lot of time trying to deal with that c5 with c5 concerns. Yeah, this I burned a lot of time like around this whole middle section. I burned so much of my time. Yeah, so this was the other weird move when he played h5, allowing me to play bishop f4. It seemed a little strange. This trading of bishop for knight, that may have been a mistake. I thought I had opportunities of c4, or sorry, f4, g4. I thought there might have been some options there, but then I played f3 and I did not see this very simple fork, unfortunately. So had I played king b1, then then I might have had these options, which might have given me an edge. And then he played a little strange here too. Well, maybe not so strange, but this queen move was kind of strange. Well, maybe even not. He gets off of the a file. And then here I have to be losing at this point. And this was the other strange move. Was it here? No, this rook he8 was strange because he had queen g2. Bugs flying around. He had queen g2, which he didn't play. I guess he just didn't see it. I opt for the queen trade and the going into the rook and pawn endgame, a rook down. It's my best chance. And then he misplays this tremendously. Because I think I'm losing here. Like there are some options of f4, which I was considering, but I don't have much time to calculate. So yeah, like I was thinking f4 and try to create a password that way. Still not sure about that. That may have been a viable option though. But then he drops the f pawn. That was just careless. And so here I think this is probably a draw for me. Yeah, decide to go try to make a pass pawn. Don't have one yet. Defend where I felt I needed defending. I do get this passed pawn. I don't understand this king move. I don't know why he didn't play a5 because I'm not sure what I was going to do about him running that a pawn. I guess I would have played then, or I could do nothing. And then it would be a filler. I would have a Philidor. Yeah, so I think this should be a draw here because I have the Philidor position. And then here I didn't have any time to think because I had like 10 seconds. I was considering rook a3. But, oh no, it wasn't here. Yeah, here I was considering rook a3. But I think this way was better because, yeah, my king can easily get to the safety square of c1. Okay, let's look at that with the engine. And I am going to open this up in CPT, my local repertoire. So an hour and 20 minutes now. I'm going to shoot for a 2-hour stream. That's what I said yesterday. Okay, a couple of bugs on my window I'm going to try to kill. Oh my god, there's so many. Oh, I hate these little bugs. Okay, Got a lot of little fungus gnats here from plants. Hate them. I killed one out of like 7. Okay, hang on. There's another one I'm going to try to get. Okay, I killed another one, but there's still so many there. Ugh. Sorry about that. Okay, what was I doing here? Yeah, so I'm going to open up this position in CPT. Just bear with me. Actually, I can't because I actually have to look at another position first from earlier today, which was this one. Yeah, so forget that. I'm running that position instead. Okay, sorry. So looking at this with the engine, I was completely losing here, and he made a lot of mistakes. It was weird. Okay, but I'm kind of interested more about the out of the opening. So he played knight bd7, and yeah, I went knight g6. Might not be the top move. I'd have to consult my engine, but it's certainly a fun move to play. Yeah, and I took. I guess that was not best. It's suggesting to castle kingside here. Okay, I'll have to check my repertoire off stream when I have more time. And then again, knight takes f8. Knight takes f8 is catching up a little bit. It's only depth 22. Let's wait for depth 23 and just see where it ends. Yeah, so it does seem to prefer castles, but okay. I took, and then this was all relatively fine. So did I play this too slow? Because I'm down to 5 minutes at this point, but we are kind of halfway through the game mostly. Maybe not, like 20 moves in. We're close to halfway through. Close. Maybe we'll say we're a third way through the game. So maybe it was slightly slow. I might have been slightly slow here, but not too bad. I played bishop g5. The computer is suggesting bishop h6. And then after king e8, I guess we've just pushed his king to the center. So I guess we could call that improvement. Then we just start attacking him in the center. So I guess that makes sense. There was also rook to he1, which kind of just transposes it to the same idea. It didn't like my trading here. Yeah, it was a little bit of an experiment, but it's not the worst move either. But the computer wants to build things up a little bit more first. And then f3 was just a mistake because it allows queen d5. Apparently, it's also not good for other reasons, like rook g8. This might be a little bit sensitive for us. It wants us to take the e file or be a bit more aggressive. It didn't like g4. But there was no good options at this point. So yeah, I'm just worse. I'm going to skip ahead here because this was all just losing. And then he drops a pawn, which was not good for him. Rook e5. Instead of rook e5, the computer is suggesting rook f8. That's apparently the best move. Not an obvious move why I'd have to take a lot of time to look into why that is better than rook e5. Maybe, I guess it's faster to attack his A and B pawns. That may be why. Let's see. Let's just say he pushes the pawn. Yeah, so it wants to attack this. And then if we can grab these pawns, then we can just give up our rook for his pawn. And actually, this will be winning for us if he lets us do that. for example, let's just say push, and it's our turn. Let's just say we go after this pawn, and let's say he moves this out. So just as an example, actually, hang on. Yeah, can't we do that? Computer says no, but why not? Why can't we just go here? Oh, because it's checked. That's the only reason. So therefore, we push now, and then if he pushes the pawn, then we can go rook g7. Although, hang on, this is, oh, because we have this check. And then we can just keep checking him or win the rook. Okay, yeah. Anyways, getting back to this position. Yeah, I'm back to losing. So just to go back a little bit. So, I forget where I was. Anyways. Yeah, so this was a strange move of his too, kind of. So c4 is the only move that holds the game. I don't know. My instincts were to go in front of his pawn. But computer says after rook f7 check and king g3, then we have to play a defensive role here, and he can slowly make progress apparently. So better was c4. Yeah, not a simple thing. And this was another. We both just kept blundering move by move here, every move. King g3 allows rook c7 once again. Oh yeah, I just looked at that line. So, yeah, sorry, I just looked at this line. Well, no, it was a little bit different, but it's the same idea. Yeah, it wants us to push c4, and then if he goes after the c pawn, we can play c5, and he can't do anything with just his king and pawn. He needs the rook to help. And even then, with my king in front, he can't make progress. He would have to have his rook on the side, but once he does that, well, let's just see how that looks. So check, and let's just say he goes here. Check. Okay. Just say something like this happens. It's my turn, right? Okay, c6. If he gives me a check. Well, now that's too dangerous for him. So, okay, so like takes. Yeah, so at the end of it, I should be able to survive because I can always do checks and I can always take and eventually like push the pawn. Well, let's just see how that looks. Whose turn is it? My turn. Yeah, so yeah, we support this and wait, sorry. Computer says there's a winning move here for white. Rook c3 is winning. Oh yeah, because now, yeah, sorry, we gain a tempo with that. Okay, so if he tries pushing instead, so it's yeah, we have to stop the back rank mate. But then, yeah, once we put the rook there, there's nothing that black can do. And I'm going to promote. Although I can't actually promote. Oh my god, does it only work because his king is here? Okay, so let's say he moves the king back. Oh, but then once he moves the king back, there's no back. Wow. Okay, what if he went to this square instead? Okay, hang on. How do I get back to that? Shit, come on, go to the right thing. Okay. So instead, what if he goes this route? Then he's just too slow. Yeah, and even if he comes here, there's nothing he can do. So I'm always just queening. Okay. Sorry. A little bit of a sideline. Hello, Lynette. I'm analyzing a game. I'm not playing. I'm analyzing a game I just finished playing. Okay, so getting back to the game, I played king g3, yeah, rook e7. Yeah, so again, he needed to play rook c7, and I needed to play c4. But yeah, not the simplest of moves to find. Here I did play c4 and create a passer, and this is, yeah, this all draws. Yeah, and that's pretty straightforward. Ooh, okay. So, what to do now? Lost my classical game. It was actually a very close game. Then I drew my rapid game. So I could play another rapid game, or I could do puzzles. I'm leaning towards puzzles just because I've been getting my ass kicked in the games. I'm deciding. So I'm going to flip a coin to see if I should do the puzzles on Lichess or chess.com. So I'll say heads is chess.com. So flipping a coin now. So heads will be chess on chess.com. It's heads. Okay. So I just set a new personal best yesterday, but I guess I'll try for another one now. So I'm updating the stream title. So aiming for 3153. And I'm just going to load chess.com here. Okay, go to the right scene. Should be loading. There we go. And you can see all the files. Okay, I'm going to minimize chat so I don't get influenced by anything that people say in the chat. Okay, black to move. White just took the bishop. So black to move. Looks like we might be up a pawn. Yeah, we're up a pawn. Our king is not very safe. White is nearly, yeah, it looks like white is threatening mate in a few moves, and also threatening to take my knight, because this is going to be a mate. So there is a threat from white, which is bishop d4. But I have a discovery, and I like discoveries. So let's look at some options. Let's look at knight e4 check. He has one square that he can go to, which is, I'm going to do without arrows if that's okay with the viewing public. So knight e4, king e2. I don't know if my knight and queen can do the job here by themselves, but I'm going to try. I might be able to win his queen, actually. Yeah, so knight e4, king e2, queen f2 check. He has two squares to go to. He has d1 and d3. So once again, knight e4 check, king e2, queen f2 check, and then let's look at king d1 first. So king d1. King d1 is not looking like much. So that might not be the right solution, because I mean, my rook and my bishop they're not going to help me. So it has to be my rook and my knight. So maybe not queen f2. So after king e2, maybe there's only one other check. Well, there's two checks, but Yeah, let's look at queen g4. Actually, wait, am I over? I want to briefly look at a whole other thing, just because it looks interesting. I want to look at knight d1. Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of interesting moves here. No. Let's continue with the first line. Let's do it Kotov style. Sorry. So knight e4, yeah, king e2, and then queen g4 check. I don't think I'm making progress there. He might even be able to just go back king f1. King f1, then I would have queen f4. That would transpose. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be queen g4 because, yeah, so knight e4, king e2, queen g4. I think you can just go king f1. I think that shuts me down. Okay, so then, yeah, so then after king e2 there's nothing else that looks good. So I think I can abandon knight e4, but just want to look at that again. Knight e4, king e2, because I don't see other good options there. Yeah, so I'm going to look at other first knight moves. Yeah, so let's look at knight d1. King e2 is forced again. Sorry, itchy nose. And then if I go queen e3, and then he has to go king d1. But that's nowheresville. That's nothing. So I don't think it's knight d1. So then let's look at knight d3. Again, king e2. Wait, at the beginning, did I say that we're up a pawn? I don't know if I said that, but we're down a rook. I don't know if I mentioned that. We're actually down a rook here. So even if I win a rook, it's not enough. But yeah, so I'm looking at knight d3, king e2. Like if we take the rook, that's not going to do it for us. So knight d3, king e2. I can get the bishop, but we're still down material there. And yeah. Knight d3, check, king e2. What if I played queen e4? But once again, I think he might be able to just go king f1. No, he wouldn't, because then queen f4 I think wins. That'd be mate in 2. So that's an interesting square. Yeah, knight d3, king e2. Yeah, queen e4. Check. He can't go to f1. He can't go back to f1 because I have queen f4. And then king g1, that's mate in 2. So that's kind of cool. So knight d3, king e2, queen e4. He has 2 moves. Yeah, he's got 2 moves he can go to. So he can then go either to d1 or to d2. If king d1 there, I get to move my knight with check. But that's not going to be enough. Oh, we're close. We're close there. king d1. My queen is on e3. No, queen is on e4, knight is on d3. So king d1. I'm not sure though, because I'm not sure what to do after king d1 there. Hmm. Do I have a 7 of 9? No, I don't. Knight d3, king e2. I was looking at knight c1, but that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, that would almost be 7 of 9. Hmm. Oh, why am I not looking at knight h1? That's kind of funny. But that would only be material equality. But it's funny I didn't even look at that. But yeah, there's knight h1. Oh, and then I pick up his other rook maybe. And then we'll have to see if we can survive after that. Okay, so knight h1. If he goes king g1, then queen f2 check, and then yeah, king h1, and then queen e1. So knight h1 check, king e2. I guess we'll say queen f2 check. And just for fun, let's say he abandons the rook and plays king d3. And I take the rook. Because is he still not threatening bishop d4 there? I think he is. So yeah, I don't know if I can do that. Rook h1, rook h1. Oh, sorry, knight h1, king e2. Yeah, and then the queen e7. No, well, oh, sorry. This is kind of tough. Whew, it's tough. I don't know. Knight h1. I don't know about that. Did I look at knight g4? Isn't that the first move? No, I don't know if I looked at knight g4. I don't think I did. I think I looked at knight e4, and then I looked at knight d1, knight d3. So what about knight g4? It's possible I looked at it and forgot though. In any case, knight g4, king e2. And if I go queen e3 check, king d1, knight knight f2. Oh, that's got to be the solution. Because my queen cuts him off from going to c1. That's looking good. So knight g4, king e2, queen e3 check. Yeah. Oh god, that It shouldn't have taken me 13 minutes to figure this out. Yeah, that looks like the solution. Knight G4, King E2, Queen E3, all forced, and then King D1, Knight F2 is mate. That's the solution. Yeah, that took me way too long. I'm going to go with it now. It was actually very simple and kind of embarrassing how long it took me. Okay, I'm going to open up chat. Looks like nobody is in here. Not surprising. Yeah, okay, so I solved it, but a bit embarrassing once again how long it took me to figure out. 13 minutes. In some ways, it makes sense that it took me that long because I looked at literally every other knight move except for, I didn't look at knight A3 or knight H3, but I looked at, yeah, the first, actually, no, I can't go there. I mean, I did look at every, okay, sorry, it started right here. So I looked at every knight move except for knight H3. Yeah, so I looked at, I think, 4 other moves before I found the right. So I looked at knight E4 first, and then I looked at knight D1, then knight D3. All of them came close to working, but couldn't quite find, they didn't quite work. Then I looked at knight H1. Then there's 2 other knight moves to look at. Finally, I looked at knight G4. And then once you, like, if I had looked at knight G4, the first move instead of knight E4, I would have solved this, yeah, within 1 minute probably, or faster. But yeah, because this is all forcing, right? So knight G4, this is all forced, and then mate. So it's kind of almost a luck of the draw, but I guess with more experience, like you might look at knight E4 first, but secondly, maybe I should have looked at knight G4 instead of knight D1 and knight D3 and then knight H1. This maybe should have been my second. I should have looked here secondly. Yeah. But in the end, it all worked out because I did solve it, even though it was a bit slow. I'll take what I can get. So that's a new personal best for me on chess.com puzzles of 31:57. Yeah, I'm going to end it there. I was aiming for at least a 2-hour stream today. Almost got there. It's a 1 hour 53 minutes, so close enough. And even though I have still not been doing well in my games, at least I have been setting a lot of new personal bests on puzzles. So in general, what I've just been finding is that I'm just really slow. I'm just a really slow thinker because I usually have pretty good positions in my games, but then I just run out of time. And puzzles kind of, you know, I have no time limit, so they're working out for me. So I might just be getting a bit too old where I can't play the, you know, anything faster than 15:15. But yeah, that's going to be it for me today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. I plan to be back tomorrow. Hopefully do better in my games tomorrow.